What's going on, guys? So I've noticed a lot of people have been looking for AirPods because, AirPods are kind of a new thing. They're not that new, but they're pretty new. So yeah, I wanted to help people out. So people can't exactly afford AirPods. They're not that much, but they're still a pretty high price. So I thought I'd show you guys how to make some today. So it's gonna be pretty easy. So you're gonna, first off, of course, you're gonna need just some normal Apple earbuds. Any type of work, as long as they're Apple. If they're not, it might explode, like mid-thing. Then you need some scissors, of course. Scissors are very important for cutting things and all that. Pretty simple. Then you're going to need like an X-Acto knife. You don't really need this too much, but it's going to help. Then you're going to need an Apple like charger, just for like charging the pods after. It's not really right now. You're going to need a screwdriver as well, because that's kind of important. And final thing is you're going to need a little bit of aluminum foil like this. So let's get started. Oh yeah, and I completely forgot to mention, I'm actually going to show you how to make the charging case too, so you can charge your AirPods. So it's going to be really cool. So to start out, you're going to have to grab your earbuds right here, your Apple earbuds. And of course, we're not going to really need these right here. So you can just cut that right there. It's not that big of a deal. Just leave this. Because what we're going to want to do is take your X-Acto knife now, and you're just going to like cut right there, if that makes sense. And you want to not cut all the way through, but you want to cut enough to make it to the wires on the inside. Because we're going to need some wires. Just twist and turn and boom, there's your wires. So you're going to need a bit of wires. So I'd go to like right here, and I'd just go for it from there. So there we go, guys. There's a bit of wire. Be careful, wire might be a little dangerous. Then you're just going to take right here, and you're just going to cut. Now you have all of this wire, so just set that aside for now. And now we're actually going to get to the earbuds. So what you're going to need to do is just cut right here, and I'll leave this for now. Right there. So now you have all this. This isn't really important. So now you have your earbuds and all that. So what you're going to want to do is actually get rid of this. And just leave these little nubs right here that stick out. These little like nubs on the end. That's the most important part. So yeah, just grab your wires and everything. Now what we're going to do is actually take the little nubs here. I don't know if you see that perfectly. Oh, no. We can just cut those nubs off actually. They're not that big of a deal. And boom. Now you have like basically the AirPods setup, I guess. They're not exactly like the same, but they're close enough, So now you're gonna want to stick some wires actually into here, just like that, into both, just like that. And now you have like a little thing. I don't know if you can see. So you can do it with more wires, because you're going to need a little more. So I had like 2 more wires that come out. Go for the blue one if there's a blue one. Sometimes there might be different colors. You basically want the gold one and the blue one. Those ones are the most important ones. So you actually, I'm not going to really use those. You just got to stuff those in. But you guys are going to have to put those ones in and do this. Repeat this. But what you're going to do is just twist the wires. Put them together and twist them, because these AirPods need to be connected at first, just so they're all ready to go. This is gonna like help sync them. Next, grab your aluminum foil and just cut a little piece off, and you're just gonna take this and you're gonna try to match up these. Don't make them too long. Make yourself little squares, right? And you're just gonna like wrap that around here. This is going to help signals when it comes to these. Just make sure to wrap the AirPod, as we're going to call them now. Make sure to wrap those up, and do it to this side too, because these are definitely important. Alright, so now we have like syncing things. This is going to help sync. These are actually going to help the Bluetooth signal get implied into it. So next, we're gonna actually do the syncing. So it's pretty easy. You're just gonna take the red wire. That's what I said. Don't actually insert those. I was wrong. And you're just gonna take your little X-Acto knife, and you're just gonna make little imprints like that on the wire, and it's gonna like go in there, and it's gonna like bend it. And that's gonna help sync the AirPods together. Yes, there we go, there we go. So now you can actually pull these off, now that they're all synced up, and now they can actually work together. But now, we're actually gonna need something to power these two things, because they can't run on nothing, they came off wires. So we're gonna actually need something to charge these. So oh, I forgot to tell you guys this, so let's put these aside. You're actually gonna need an iPhone 6, right? And it can be any iPhone 6, it just has to have a working battery. So what you're gonna wanna do is just pull this off. It's not too important, it's just a screen. It's not gonna be important. So you're just gonna like pop these little things off. And yeah, just pop those off so you can get rid of this thing. This thing doesn't really matter, I don't really know what that does. And now you're gonna focus right here, and you're gonna just unscrew those, you know, not that big of a deal. Just unscrew the little cover here. Oh yeah, and make sure this is a phone that someone's actually actively using, because if it's not, then it won't work. So you're just gonna pop this little thing up, just like that, and now the battery's gonna be loose. So what you gotta do is just take this little like black thing right here, and just peel that right there. Alright, so once this is like lifted up, you wanna take one of your wires, hold on, there it is. This is the blue wire, this one's important. You're gonna stick that under the little thing that you messed up, and you're just gonna take this, or not messed up, I mean fixed up. You're gonna stick that into the AirPod hole, as I call it, and that's gonna help the power, and it's also gonna help Bluetooth too. So you're just gonna let this sit here for a second, and on the other one, we're gonna sync this up differently. So there should be a green wire somewhere. And if there isn't, that's okay. You can always use the red one again. They're very similar in like construction. So you're just gonna stick that into there. What I missed. Just gonna stick that into the AirPod. And you're just gonna stick that one here. Yeah, and this one will sync faster, so I'll be back whenever it's, you know, fully synced. It should take like 10 minutes or so. Alright, perfect. So once they're synced, you can unplug them from the this thingy right here. And I mean, honestly, you can just get rid of this. It doesn't really matter anymore. Nobody really needs this. If it was a siblings, who cares really? Just put that over there. Make sure you have the screws though, just in case, you know, they want it back or something. I don't even know what that means. Wanting things back. So now you have these two things right here. These should be almost done, but they do need one last thing, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what that is. So we were actually running into a problem with these things that I got to show you guys, and that's this little mesh on the outside. What you got to do is just stick your X-Acto knife in there and just pull that out. It's not important. It's actually going to help damage the AirPods, so you just want to pull that out. Yeah, and all that. Make sure to dig in there, pull that bad boy out, because it can damage the AirPods. Now what we're going to do is actually crack it open somehow. You just want to hit it really hard, and it should just pop right off the top. Yeah, see, there's like a thing. You're going to see all this. This is actually not important. You're just going to pull that out right there. This is actually like what helps do something. It's kind of important, but it's not that important. But there's one thing we got to do with it. And you see that wire right there? Since there's a wire on it, we can't have wires on our AirPods, you know? So you're just going to slide that wire off. And there's two wires right here. So what you're going to do is just tie those together. And just, you know, tie them up. And they should be doing good. Hey, see right there? It's perfect. Now you're just gonna find your AirPod or whatever. Just slide this in there. Make sure to just get it in there all good. Make sure that it doesn't do this though. Make sure that everything's in there. sure everything's all comfy and everything. So what you need is a comfy little one for your new pods. Right, now you just gotta slide this bad boy back on. And yeah, so there's your pod. So it's pretty great. Now this one's already gonna be done because it's synced up, since they're like synced with Bluetooth and everything. It should already be done. So yeah, there's you got your right one and you got your right one, and that's good. So yeah, just make sure they're both left and right. And now we're actually gonna start with the case, because the case is very important. Alright guys, so now I'm going to show you how to make the case for this, because the case is kind of hard. So what you're going to do is grab an old PS3, right? I'm just going to like pull this off, nobody really cares about that. I'm just going to reach around here, and you should be able to reach in there and find a little something. Hold on. There we go. I pulled it out from here. This wire is the power wire, so don't really need that anymore. This is going to be used for that. So you're just going to go like this really fast, and suddenly it should... Aha, there we go. I've made a case. The PS3 has something about it that Apple actually used for their cases, so here it is. It's the watch case and all that. So what you're going to do is grab your earbuds, which I put over here. I'm just going to take these. I'm just going to open up the case, and you're going to notice that they don't really fit all that well. I mean, they go in there. They don't really fit. I think they're actually in the wrong... No, they're in the right way. Hold on. I think something's wrong with this one. Hold on. Let's see if I can fix it. There we go. I fixed it. So this one goes here, and this one goes here. So perfect. You're gonna put them in here, right? There's a little button on the back that you guys are gonna have to press. Pressing that's actually gonna help up in here, but you just press that button, and it should start to do something. So now we're gonna actually have to wait for that, because they're actually going to sync up and match the case, so it's going to be easy, right? So to actually do that, we're going to have to do something else. So here's what we're going to do. So what you guys have to do is find an old Wii remote and just like pull the here they are. Here's the thingy. You're just going to press this button down here. I can't really show you, but this is the sync button. So you're just going to hold that down for a second, and it's going to sync. So then you just actually put this away. Pretty easy. And now, here you go. Here are your AirPods. Now you see they're going to be all synced up in the right size. So you can actually do one more step to make these look even better and closer to the real ones, because these will work perfectly fine, but you want to actually make them look better. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you how to do that. So I have the AirPods here, you know, the normal ones. So what you're going to do is actually hold them in your palm, like really, really, really tightly. And if it all goes well, wait a minute, hold on, these aren't better, these aren't any better at all, these are worse. Yeah, no thank you, we're not doing that. Hold on, let me try again. I kind of messed it up last time, so I'm going to try to redeem myself. And, oh, I think it might have worked, let's see. Yeah, that worked, so I made my own AirPod now. So you guys want yeah, just go for it. I'm gonna give you guys some words of advice. You're stupid, and I don't like you.